come up and just shout, you know, just make the noise.
Really, just make some noise like,
woohoo! Definitely,
like
definitely.
Where, from where?
If I do it now, man.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, come on. It's a Wake Up Nigeria. Good morning. Welcome. Mornings are very important because they set the tone for the day.
Plenty of people don't actually take time. Take the time to get their mornings right. Start out right. Get up on the right side of the bed, as they say. And sometimes it's wasting a great opportunity.
Definitely. However, the right routine will mean that you start your day motivated, mentally and physically ready to tackle whatever comes your way.
One small positive thought in the morning can change your entire day. So, here's your Thursday morning smile. Good morning. Welcome to a brand new Thursday edition of your favorite breakfast show. This is Wake Up Nigeria.
Whew. Wow. So yesterday I had to take some time. It's not like I didn't know, but I know a number of people got to understand the difference between equity and equality.
Yes.
You know, and of course I'm talking about International Women's Day. So this is officially from me to you. Happy because it's Women's Month, right?
Yes, of course.
There's this month. There's October also. They say
it's Women's Year. Just everything.
Actually, yeah, funny enough, that's what they said. But hey, come on, happy International Women's Day, and of course, we will do our best as men to embrace equity. Now, somebody who is...
You know, some people are equal, but some are more equal than others.
George Orwell,
yes,
he said that.
MM is in the kitchen.
Hello, guys. How we doing? So, Mike, I need to correct you. It's the season for women.
Season.
A season for women. So we are blossoming. We are coming into our fullness. You know?
Yes, sir. I'm embracing the equity of that hair. You know, that hair is...
Yes,
I have to embrace it.
Of course, you know, it's voluminous.
Yes,
Not like, you know, big things.
Wow.
Yeah.
This Women's Day, shit has passed now. Anyways, we have a range of...
I say the season.
All right.
No past, it's still here.
We have a range of arts on today's show, and as it will be on Thursday, you know how we do it. Now, of course, we're going to be dedicating today to the arts in various forms, so welcome. Yeah. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And I'm Titilaya Oyinson. Make sure you watch us live on GOTV channel 27 or UHF channel 49. You can also watch us on the go if you download the TVC app. It's free for Android and iOS.
TVC Connect, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow us with the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Yes, sir. And how are we starting today's show? Book chat. We're going to be reviewing a piece called Happy, Healthy Smiles. Now, it's a children's book written by Dr. Fumilayo Adeni, and she's an astute dentist with more than 11 years' experience in private dental care and the healthcare industry. Have you been trying to figure out how to get your kids to take better care of their teeth? This might be the book for you.
And then we have our art display. We get to meet our artist, Onu, who is a painter and craftsman who will be coming along with some of his works. And then we have a musical performance, Afro classic singer, God's Gift Amani, popularly known as Jitu Amani, will be here to perform.
And then we'll be having Uche Maduagwu join us in the Wake Up Nigeria studios. He's going to be speaking with us about his journey as a public figure and so much more.
She will be our final guest on the show, foremost drummer. Female drummer in Africa. She has been there, she's done that, she's been there for a while. She's still relevant. Looking forward to that one.
All right. Yeah, so early this morning it was seen that a press release had come out from INEC talking about the
Postponement of the governorship.
Postponement of the governorship elections. It's now going to be on the 18th of March. That's Saturday, the 18th of March, 2023, which is basically the upper week, the week after this.
Yes. And this is due to adequate timing to reconfigure the bimodal voters accreditation system, that is the BVAS, right? So, and that's coming from, you know, there were a lot of allegations of, you know, electoral discrepancies during the presidential election. So INEC has decided, you know, this time we are going to, you know, take our time to do the needful check and, you know, investigate and reconfigure, you know, all of the systems that's needed for the elections.
So my own concern about this thing is people that fix wedding for that day now.
Wedding.
I had to postpone. Oh, yeah.
That's my own major concern now.
True.
Some
people had
that
already
came
traveled
in,
to
some people
vote.
that it's where that will you do now?
There were even
Yeah,
reports
Prince
that
Ivy.
President Muhammadu Buhari traveled to his hometown to vote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
So how would they
as
do
at
now?
last night. So
Some
They'll
people
shift their
flew-
wedding again.
Some people flew in from outside the country and decided to stay for the 3-week period, and they're probably gonna have to extend. You know, it depends on. It really just depends. Things happen. In my opinion, things like this happen for a reason. If INEC is saying they need more time,
then we should give
I
it
think
to
it
them.
makes sense for them to take more time.
because this morning on the radio on my way to the office, there were so many calling me and complaining, or certain radio station officers.
Yeah.
Complaining, and I'm like, you all are demanding for accountability. You're demanding for a free and fair elections. And if the INEC, who is the body responsible for this, is saying, be patient, we need to do this, give us time, then why not?
I just hope that after this extended period of time, it's still we can still get it right. You know, there are less issues with, we're hearing issues of battery, uploading this, uploading that. Let's just hope that after this extended period of time that they need to reconfigure, we won't have all those issues on the new date. Once again is the 18th of March, Saturday 18th of March.
Next Saturday. So, yeah, you go out there and, of course, perform your civic duty peacefully.
Thanks so much for joining us. Good morning. It's time for the news right here on Wake Up Nigeria. We are starting in Abuja, where the Court of Appeal yesterday granted the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu permission to inspect election materials used for the just concluded presidential election, delivering a ruling filed in an ex parte motion filed by the President-elect. A 3-member panel of the tribunal led by Justice Joseph Nkechi held that there is substance in the application. Celestina Area has more.
The court also granted permission to the Independent National Electoral Commission to reconfigure the bimodal voter accreditation system for effective use on the 11th March for the governorship election. The Labour Party and its presidential candidate had approached the court seeking to stop INEC from reconfiguring the BVAD. They had argued that when the BVADs are reconfigured, the data contained in the BVADs will be lost. But INEC, in its defense, noted that those data will be stored at their back-end server and made readily available for any presidential candidates that want it.
The application of Peter Obi and Labour Party was that we should be stopped from tampering with the BVAS machine. We now, before they finish the inspection and all those things, our ICT experts deposed to the affidavit that no, reconfiguring the BVAS machine will not tamper with the data contained this, because we are sending the data to our back-end clouds and server. And there was no counter affidavit or further affidavit to controvert what we say. The court has no option than to accept what we are saying as the position of the law and the true position.
The appellate court refused the application filed by INEC, seeking to vary its earlier order made, which had granted permission to Labour Party to have access to the election materials. Counsel to INEC noted that their fear was the order would give Labour Party access to identifying how a particular voter voted, hence the application for the court to vary the order. Labour Party had sought a forensic analysis of the ballot paper and access to INEC's server, which has the biometric data of all voters. If the ballot paper is matched with the forensic analysis of data in each server, it will show how every voter voted. This defeated the purpose of secret ballots. The court has, however, clarified the order it made.
The order was that they can have access to the election materials, such as ballot paper, result sheet, and any other material that was used for the election, not that to have access to our cloud or database.
With the ruling of the court, INEC is clear to conduct the governorship and state of assembly elections without any room for postponement. Celestina Area, TVC News, Abuja.
Protesters have clashed with police in Tbilisi, Georgia's capital in the U.S., after Parliament backed a controversial draft law which critics say limits press freedom and suppresses civic society. Riot police used water cannons and pepper spray to disperse the crowds outside the Parliament building. Some of the protesters were seen falling to the ground and coughing, while others waved EU and Georgian flags. My name once again is Titilayo, so we're going to take a quick break and be back with more.
And we'll get straight into the headlines of the dailies this morning. We kick off from The Nation. And we have here the major headline: INEC shifts governorship assembly polls by 1 week. The annotation underneath that headline goes on to say, court declines Obi's request to stop agency from resetting beavers. And just up above there, we can see the governor of Lagos State, and then Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu also there with the certificate of return. And we see Accord chair dumps party for Makinde. Government votes 10 billion naira for startups. Old notes, Emefiele in contempt for not directing banks. And Sage insists Supreme Court's judgment binding on all. And then right above the flag of the paper, there we can see Umahi, why Lagosians should vote Sanwo-Olu. And the president-elect inaugurates legal team, and Tinubu hails Marshall's peak as G24 director. Don't truncate power transition, NSCIA wants. All of that on the front page of The Nation. And then from The Nation, we head over to The Punch. And we have here the same headline: INEC shifts governorship assembly polls by 1 week. Commission says despite ruling, 176,000 machines can't be reconfigured before Saturday. The second annotation there says election materials distribution disrupted in Delta, Osun, Bayelsa, Cross River, and others. And we can see quite a sad one there. That's a picture story of the market that was bombed. Sanwo-Olu orders probe as Buhari sympathizes with market fire victims. Naija, terrorists kill 5 villagers, abduct 53. And roadblock, robbers attack Punchman as soldiers extort Ogun motorists. And Dogo are left out as reps-elect gets certificates of return. And we see just beside the flag to the right there, National Assembly female membership drops as 11 lose re-election. And above that, the flag there, we see Naira Buhari can be prosecuted after May 29, says SAN. Companies and consumers' taxes rise by 42%, NBS, and long fuel queues ground Abuja and neighboring states. All of that on the front page of The Punch. And from The Punch, let's see, let's do Daily Trust. And we have here why we postponed a governorship election, INEC. The first 3 annotations there. First one goes thus: Commission gets nod to reconfigure beavers. Tinubu Atiku granted access to election materials. And then also Buhari arrives Daura for polls. Atiku charges Gadzama, 18 other sons to reclaim mandate, meets IBB. NCAA moves to review civil aviation regulation 8 years after. NAF airstrikes kill pregnant women and 2 teens in Kaduna. And finally, Naira, CBN's non-compliance with Supreme Court verdict contemptuous. Yadudu and Fano. All of that on the front page of the Daily Trust. That's it on the headlines of Daily this morning. I will take a short time up now, and we will catch you for What's Up and About. Yeah, What's Up and About? Danny, happy Embrace Equity Day.
Oh, wow.
Or Embrace Equity season. I got to wish the other ladies, but I didn't wish you. So, yeah, there's something here I saw quite interesting. It says, why I am glad I grew up in the 70s. Actor Peter Doche's son, Uche. And he goes on to say he was wishing his dad a happy birthday. And he said, one of the highlights of my life has been watching my parents grow old just so that I still get to tell them how amazing they are and how much I love them. Now he says, it isn't funny how we felt the exact opposite way when we were growing up. He says, back then we hated our dads because they wouldn't let us endanger our lives and careers in the name of having fun. We thought they were the problem. And then we grew up and realized we were the problem. And he goes on and on. But then he goes on to say that when he looks at his dad now, he's happy that he was disciplined. But that doesn't apply so much these days. Children, a lot of things happen. A child can just come home and say, Daddy, my pronoun has changed to cockroach.
Wow.
And I am now a cat. Meow.
Wow.
And then a kid went. Serious. What happened in the UK? Somebody went into the school, and the teacher asked the kid a question, and the kid goes, meow. And the teacher can't do anything. Why? Because the kid now identifies as a cat. And if you're going to meow to teach me.
I'm sorry,
Like,
I'm trying not to respond to you in the language that you understand since you're not a cat.
Yes, sir. So imagine you did meow, and then you went back home, and then your daddy say, go and remove that your sandal. I say, meow, meow. That's the last meow that ever come out from your mouth. And that is basically, you know, the summary of what he put here.
Yeah.
It's so how does one draw the line and all of that? Were we better then? Were kids raised better then? You know, with all the evolution that's happening now.
I think there's like a fine line, really. Some parents knew how to balance it out. So they would, you know, hit you with one hand and they would caress you with the other one, you know. Some parents went overboard with it, so much so that some children came out traumatized and became very angry, violent people. So I think the reason why, especially abroad, they just say just don't do it is because they have too many serial killers and all sorts of things that have grown from children that were abused. So that's why abroad they you know. But here, I remember a few nice wooden spoon marks I had on my elbows and my knees. And thank you, Mama Titi, for the beating you beat me.
Well, like you said, Titi.
It helped. It actually helped to shape me.
See, you're saying thank you. I'm sure you have to say thank you also to...
No, yeah, of course I'm going to say thank you to my parents because, to be honest, there are times that I do certain things or I see my kids do certain things and it relieves or it makes me relieve my experience with my mom or with my parents, right? So yes, there is that fine line or there's that thin line between child abuse and disciplining a child, right? But in it, we have also seen instances where parents are transferring their trauma, aggression to the kids. And these kids are left traumatized because then they don't know what to do with how they feel, with the emotions that they're feeling. Yeah. And this also begs into question the mental health of every one of us, right? Because we need to check our mental health. If we are okay, then our kids are okay. If we're fine, we can take care of ourselves and also pay attention to the welfare or well-being of our kids. Yeah. But yeah, so...
I think at the end of everything, I feel when it comes to these issues, right? I feel it's the same way people are kind of lost when it has to do with responsibility, roles as well. In the sense that, I mean, a child is saying, I feel this way. I believe children are put under the guardianship of parents for a reason. But now I think the world generally is saying, oh yeah, when your child is feeling a certain way, allow the child to feel, right? I think that is where they're literally missing it. And a lot of people are going left with the whole idea of, oh, okay, I don't feel like a girl today, I feel like a boy tomorrow, and all of that. Then again, that's why you're a parent, right? To try to guide them in the right direction.
That's your job, right?
Honestly, that guidance is essential. It's not optional.
It's important.
And
so I don't come back and say, and do woo. Well, for me, I'm 100 with him, and of course, happy birthday to the legend Ibubidike, Pete Edochie. Right, we'll take a short time out now. Stay with us. Quite a whole lot more to come on show.
Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. I'm right here with Chef Ben today. Chef Ben, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Chef Ben has come with another intercontinental dish. So tell me, Chef Ben, what are we making today?
Today we are making seafood wraps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what exactly do we need to make seafood wraps? Seafood, of course.
Yeah.
Right? So now tell me what particular seafood do we have
here?
here?
We have our seafood mixed here.
Tell me, what exactly is mixed? Okay.
Calamari, a bit of fish.
Okay. What type of fish?
Croaker fish fillets.
Croaker fish fillet. Did you put any cream? It seems like it's sticking together.
It's the marination that does that.
Oh, tell me, what do you use to marinate it?
I use my black peppercorn.
Okay.
My ginger and garlic paste.
Okay.
Yeah, then I'm crushed onion.
Okay, so now what did you do to the seafood? Did you slice them? Because they don't
I chopped them.
Oh, you chopped them?
Yeah, yes.
I've actually never heard of witness seafood being chopped before.
Yes.
Okay, that's the first. Okay, so you just marinated everything together.
Together, yes.
All right, so now, so of course we have, what's
Tortilla
that?
wraps.
Tortilla wraps.
Yes.
What do we have in here?
We have cheese.
Is this what kind of cheese?
That's
mozzarella cheese.
Yes.
It looks like different shades.
Yeah,
I thought it was
it's
different types.
seafood mix, so it's different kinds of cheese.
So different type of cheese as well.
So I have here mozzarella cheese. I also have a bit of Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan cheese. Okay, so now tell me, what do we have here for vegetables?
Apple cabbage.
All right.
Yeah. We have onions. We have green peppers and spring onions.
Spring onions.
Here we have our bell peppers.
Alrighty, so now something that looks like a cocktail served right
This
here.
cocktail sauce, Thousand Island.
Thousand Island
Yeah,
cocktail sauce. So
yeah.
this was not, do you make this?
Yes, I did it.
Oh, tell me, how did you put it together?
Okay, the mayonnaise and ketchup with a bit of the Tabasco sauce.
Okay,
Yeah,
mine
for
is
the spice,
ketchup and Tabasco sauce
Yes.
for spice. So now run me through this mix. I love this recipe because it actually looks like it's not going to take any time
No,
to
not
put together
at
at all. So it's
Not at all.
perfect for breakfast, right? It
Yeah.
also looks very healthy because, yeah, we have our seafood, which we know is very healthy, and of course our cheese, and most especially our vegetables in different colors,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so now tell me, putting together all of this, what do we have? How do we start putting all this together?
First of all, you have to cook this a bit.
Okay, so you have to
You have to cook
that.
this, yeah.
I was wondering what we're going to do with that.
Yeah.
So we have to
Got to cook this.
cook the seafood
Yes.
a bit. How long are we going to cook it for?
Like 10 minutes. Because
10
of the
minutes.
because of the calamari, yeah.
Okay.
Marinate.
Okay, because it needs to get cooked.
Yes.
All right. So that's just water.
Yes.
Nothing, not frying.
Not frying this time, yeah.
Okay. So just put it in water and just steam it for a bit.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
So the water has to absorb.
Absorb.
Yeah, so that you have the ingredients will remain inside.
Okay, nice, nice. Because seafood itself has its own liquid, right? So
Yes, yes.
you should mind the water you put, right?
Sure.
Okay, so it's not too much.
Yes.
Okay, so now how many minutes do we need to leave down on fire for?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yes,
just
10
10
minutes.
minutes, not long. Okay, then after that, what do we do next?
So I will start with the veggies.
Okay. We have to chop that, of course. We have to chop the onion. And yes. Okay, so while we are chopping that, let me remind you that we literally are making
Seafood
wraps, right? I think it's like a normal wrap, right?
Yeah,
A
sure.
normal chicken wrap and all
Yeah,
that. Just at
yes.
this time, we're using
seafood.
seafood instead,
Yes.
which is actually very much, nutritious, right? And on the screen, we have our ingredients. We have our fish, our butter, our onion, our prawns, calamari, red peppers, tortilla wraps, green peppers, Thousand Islands, seasoning cubes, mozzarella cheese. All right, Chef Ben, that was quick. I just turned and the magic.
One is done.
Okay, so, all right, tell me. So what is the process? So before you get there, tell me what's the process. So I see our Thousand Island sauce. Is it going to go on the wrap first, or how are we going to do? Are we dripping first, or what?
Yeah, you're going to use this on the wrap first.
Okay.
Before you add your seafood. Before you add your cheese.
Okay, tell me
the
why.
Cheese, because number one, if you add the seafood first, it's going to be soggy.
It's going to be soggy because of the liquid. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
So you have to use this to lay it on the bread first before you use on top.
Okay.
Continuously.
Okay.
till
So
you
it's
get
actually
what you want.
acts as a layer.
Yeah, it's the layer.
Yes, to absorb the liquid from the
liquid.
seafood. Okay, so
Yes.
after the seafood, what do we go in with next?
Yeah. After the seafood, so we fold it.
Okay.
We fold it and instead of, because since we don't have salamander, so we use pan to toast it.
To toast it a bit
Yeah.
after we layer everything inside.
Yes.
Alrighty, while we allow Chef Ben do what he needs to do here, we have art display on the couch right now.
Yes, time for our art display. And today we have with us Onu Opikarananchuko, a painter and craftsman who has a unique approach to art. And today he'll be, taking us through the journey of some of the amazing pieces that he has made. Good morning.
Good morning, thank
How
you,
you
ma'am.
doing?
I'm fine, man. How are you, ma'am?
Opikarananchuko. What
Yes,
does
ma'am.
that mean?
In God I trust.
Aha.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's a beautiful name.
Yes, ma'am.
Your pieces are very graphical.
Thank
They're
you.
very explicit. I
you,
love them.
Thank
I
you.
love your use of tools and the way you use the materials, to create your artwork. They are so lovely. But you've been doing this for a while, since 2017.
Yes, ma'am.
Quickly tell us, how has the journey been?
Okay. Initially, I started with programs in crafts and all that. Before 2017, I got admission in Yabatech.
Okay.
Then I had to enroll in general art. Then after some time, after my NDs, I had to also go back for HND, which I specialize in painting. So it has really been a wonderful experience as a painter, and that has really been it.
You're enjoying it?
Yes,
great. Now let's run through some of the pieces that you have here with us. I particularly love the one where you used agbalumo seeds to create. That was beautiful. Talk to us about the inspiration behind that painting.
Okay. Most of my works are very inspiring, and before I endeavor to approach to canvas or to paint, I always have all those imaginations. And so basically my concept based on agbalumo seed has really been from my childhood when we always go out to play and all that. So there is this particular agbalumo tree that we always go to plug agbalumo tree and all that. So at some point, I was trying to be able to be different from every other artist so that when they see my work, they'll definitely know that this is Victor's work. So I had to introduce my childhood
into what
painting.
you do now, into your passion.
Yes, ma'am.
That is so beautiful. I can imagine how many agbalumo that you've had to eat. You know, to be able to collect so many seeds. They're quite a lot. So what is this? Do you have like an archive or what, a storeroom filled with agbalumo seeds that you use in creating some of these beautiful pieces?
Okay. Initially, when I had that imagination, I was wondering how can I get all this to happen. So I had that inner voice that said, the spirit that brought the idea will also make a way for it. So that was when I had to start searching for it, and I had to go to places to be able to, finally I got to find it. And my first work in this concept, I had a lot of comments that initially on all of my works, I don't really have such comments from people. So when I got those comments, I was very happy and I was pleased. So.
All right, great. Now let's talk about this particular artwork. Oh, look at that one. You have that particular piece right here. I see a clock, and then I see the woman bending down. You mind telling us what's happening there? What's the inspiration behind the artwork?
Okay. The title for that work is actually Stoop to Conquer.
Stoop to Conquer.
Yes, ma'am.
As a woman?
Yes.
Well, in celebration of International Women's Day,
Yes, ma'am, exactly. Okay. So I try to cut across passing a message to people how our mommies, our women in the society has been able to adapt to everything happening in the society and been able to cope despite what happens. They still, yeah. And it has really been the motive behind that work.
Oh, great. Now let's look at this one right in front of us. I particularly love this painting. It's so beautiful. So I know someone look at it and say, why not an African woman? But still, there's something about the red hair that's very captivating.
Okay.
Right? You want to tell us how did you come about this particular artwork?
Okay. The hair itself, let me start with that. It's just, if you look at all those other work, there's this design. I actually create those designs just to make a difference.
What was the material you used for this one?
That was acrylic and oil on canvas. Yes, ma'am. So the work itself is titled Experience.
Experience.
Yes, ma'am. And it's somehow ironical because sometimes I tend to use female models to paint because it draws more attention and everybody wants to know what's going on.
Okay.
So at that particular point, I was really going through a lot of stuffs and I thought this is actually a particular way to let it out. Yes, ma'am. So the colors on, yes, ma'am. The colors on the background speaks about hope. It talks about life and so many other things like that. Just to, because at that particular point I was really not feeling well. I was recovering from some sickness, so I had to just put it up just to be able to.
All right, great. Now, quickly, I'm very curious. Let's go back to the agbalumo seeds painting because this is exceptional work,
Yes,
by the way. How long does it take to put together, for example, this particular artwork?
The process is quite very difficult, but because of the resilience and the courage and that desire to be different and to make everything work, it has not really been a difficult thing somehow to do. So I think this actually could take, it depends on how ready the material is. I think this should actually take a day to...
Just a day?
Just a day to come up with that.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's talk about, are you being rewarded? Do you think that so far it has been lucrative for you?
Yes, because the comments I get from people because of the works are really nice, and I feel uplifted when I hear such from people.
How much is it? For example, if I want to purchase this one, how much is it going to cost me?
It's just 100K.
100,000. This is very cheap.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have to use our local materials here to create it.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Well done. Wishing you all the best in your art career.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, great. And that's it on the art display segment for now. We're going to a quick break. We'll be right back shortly. Stay with us.
Thanks so much for joining us. It's time for us to take our book chat. Now, I'm a huge fan of books in general, but when it comes to children's books, huge smiles on my face because they just feel like they're evergreen. And today, the book we're looking at is titled Happy, Healthy Smiles. It's written by Dr. Fumilayo Adeni. Now, she is an astute dentist and so much more, and she has put together an amazing book. When it comes to her experience in dental care and the healthcare industry, you can understand that. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations on the new book.
Thank you.
Healthy, Happy Smiles is a book that you wrote for the kids, not for the parents, right?
Not for the parents, for the kids.
So it does feel like parents have a major hand in making sure that children's teeth are healthy.
Yeah.
So why not write to the parents, why to the kids?
Because children are intelligent. We don't give them as much credit as we should. And the truth is, once a child latches onto something, they would follow on for a long time, even more than parents. I remember as a child growing up, I came down with caries, that's having holes. Oh, wow. And my mom took me to the dentist and I had a filling done. And I remember everything my dentist taught me about brushing twice daily, about using a floss, about things I should do to prevent having another hole or having to get my tooth extracted. And the trepidation of, oh my God, I could have my tooth extracted, helped me to be very religious with it. And so I will brush my teeth on my own before it was time to sleep. And so it just came naturally. Children can follow through once they know why.
At least we understand the reason why you went into this career path. And it feels like it's been a happy one because you put together a book to that effect. It's not just a storybook. No. It's an activity book.
Yes.
So what sort of activities can we find in it?
So we have activities that tell you things to do, encourages you to do healthy oral hygiene practices, just helps you to incorporate it in your life. We also have some reward pages that reward you with stickers for doing the things that you do.
A sticker book. Yeah. My kids love sticker books. I think every child
does. Yeah.
But rewarding children with stickers and making them do the activities, do you think it's effective? What sort of backing do you have to this effect?
Children like that reward system. Every child loves the reward system. Do this and you get that. Do this and you get that. And when they know that their teeth will be healthier, they would be healthier in the long run, I think. And once your parents also back it up to say, oh yes, every child will follow through.
Okay, so I have to ask now, because it's very colorful, it's of an international quality.
Thank you.
I was a little bit worried when I saw it, because in the end we have a lot of information in a lot of books today that lean towards Western culture. It does feel like, is there anywhere down the line, did you mention chewing stick? Did you mention anything local? Did you mention local foods in the book? How do I know it's a Nigerian book?
Oh yes, I mentioned all local foods. So anything you can readily get by your market seller is mentioned in the book, because your nutrition is highly, highly important in your oral health. And then representation matters. So a lot of the animations have people that children can relate with. Growing up, every book I read that had to do with health had white people. And I always used to wonder, like, are there really dark-colored people that are writing books in the world? And so representation matters, and we tried to incorporate that. But for chewing stick, no, because we do not want to encourage children down that path, because we don't have enough research to back up. I am a big fan of everything African, but we need a lot of funding, research-based findings to establish, because there has to be some form of scientific proof, because you can get your chewing stick from a neem tree. I get mine from a bitter leaf tree. They supply different things once you use them in your mouth, and so we need to invest more in researching
research on those.
Yes,
but you do understand the reason why I went in that direction.
Yes, absolutely.
I was going to touch on the animation in the book as well. Did you get your own illustrator, animator for this?
Yes, I did.
How long did it take to put all those images together?
It took about 6 months. I had to wait for her because she did my previous book, and I just like how she works, and so she was really busy. She's Folashade Adeshida.
Okay,
Folashade Adeshida.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so look at that particular page. Is really interesting. The shapes of the teeth.
Yeah.
Really interesting. So I'm not sure when you plan to put it into print.
Okay, it's available on Amazon and Seller presently, and it will come into print before the end of the month, because we're trying to do a pre-order to get in, have a feel of the acceptance before we know how many copies we're printing. But yes, it will be available.
It always feels like there's a story behind why every author put together a book.
Yes.
Who did you write this book for?
I'm in private practice. I run a dental clinic, and I've been in private practice for about 11, 12 years, and I see that trend of parents who didn't know better and are raising children who want to do better but don't have any information. And so I'm trying to fill that information gap to say, mommy might not have done it well, but you can do better. Because once you know better, you do better. Really, that's what it is. And then I want to create a culture of children that are aware of oral hygiene, are aware of oral health, and can start early. The WHO says that there are more than 3.5 billion people living with oral health diseases, and these are preventable. They shouldn't be. Why should we be fighting with that much number? And so we can reduce that with education, really, and starting with the right practices early on.
Okay, so I didn't get to the end of the book when I was flipping through, but do you touch on anything cosmetic? Do you touch on braces?
Oh, yes, we do.
And things like that?
We touch on braces, on invisible braces, also known as aligners. Okay. We touch on mouth guards for sports. We touch on really the whole gamut of things that can affect children. So we won't go into veneers and things that have to do with adult cosmetics, but everything that has to do with a child, the full range, we cover that in the book.
All right. I have to say, well done and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It looks even interesting enough for parents to read and enjoy. And I know you have another one as well, Healthy, Happy, Whole.
Yes.
This is a really, really interesting looking book as well. Hopefully we'll have you come back and talk about this piece sometime later on.
Yes.
All right, then. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We have quite a bit more still coming your way right here on Wake Up Nigeria. And something smells good in the kitchen. Winnie, what's going on?
A lot is happening here. I'm still here with Chef Ben. In case you're just joining us, we're making seafood wrap, right? So, Chef Ben, where are we? Okay, so when I saw the onions, I was worried because I felt if you put raw onions in this wrap, it's literally going to change the taste of everything. However, you put the onions with the seafood to simmer. So tell me, what else do we have in that pan?
Okay, so we have our spring onions there.
Yeah.
And our bell peppers.
Okay.
Red bell peppers and green bell peppers.
All right.
All the veggies there.
So we have some veggies there.
Yep.
It's great because, I mean, normally we're used to having wraps with like raw vegetables. So just in case you're the kind of people that you don't like eating raw vegetables, you can literally have it. But the great thing also is that we also have some cabbage and spring onions standing by.
Yes,
to also create that crunchiness, right?
Yes.
For the garnishing also, and it's also going in the wrap.
Yes.
All right, so now we're watching Chef Ben as he goes in with, I mean, we have our bread, our tortilla wrap. And we had the spread, and now we're going in with the cheese. Okay, so tell me.
So we have our bread first, our tortilla first.
Yes.
Then after that, we grease with the Thousand Island.
Okay.
And we put our cheese.
Our cheese.
You have to make sure that there's no water here.
Okay,
make
sure
water,
that
you strain it out.
All right.
So So you add this.
Yeah. Okay, some more spring onions for extra crunchiness, and some purple vegetables, cabbage.
Add more cheese again.
And more cheese.
The same process.
Same process. Just layer, layer, layer until you're done. Now, with the wrapping that's taking up, please don't rush.
So this
Take
wrap
it.
now.
Yes.
You have to fold this first.
Okay, on the sides.
Yes.
Oh.
And place your hand here.
Okay.
And you start folding it.
And fold. No wonder. Because normally, because it looks straight, you think you just wrap it straight and it will be okay.
So that is good.
Oh. And that way it's secure, right?
Yeah, very, very.
So it doesn't come up because it's covered on both ends.
Sure. So you do the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
First process.
Spread.
Or Thousand Island.
Yes.
Some people, they can use mayonnaise.
Okay.
Some like using ketchup, depending on the flavor that you want.
That you want,
But I have
right?
my cocktail flavor here.
Okay, and I think there are also some non-cream based spreads as well.
Yes.
Just in case you're in that vibe or you're lactose intolerant. You can actually have this as well. Okay, we'll go in with the cheese next. So we actually have to make sure we put
process.
it same process.
Yeah.
But we put it at the side or at the center.
What's
I'm
that?
not confused. The cheese, did you put it at the side of the bread or at the center?
Not the center. Not really the center.
Not really the center,
Yeah,
but not really
yeah.
the side as
Yes,
well.
as well.
Okay. So we have space to wrap, Abi?
Yes.
Okay. Spring onions, cabbage, same thing. Easy. I mean, once you have all your ingredients, believe me, it's all done.
Wow.
Some more seafood. Ooh, fold on the side, take it to the middle, and roll it all up. And we're there. Okay. Looks easy enough.
Same thing. Same process.
Same thing here as well. See, quickly, and we have 3 wraps already, right?
So if you want, in case you want more of the sauce, then this last one, I'm going to add more of the sauce.
More of the sauce to it. It's okay.
Yes,
People that like it really,
Yes, creamy.
yeah, really creamy. Yeah, and I mean, I think it's the same process for any other wrap you're making, right?
Yes.
The only thing is the ingredient changes. For instance, if you're trying to make a chicken wrap now, or
So in that process, you add more of the cheese.
more of the sauce.
Thousand Island,
Okay. Okay. It's the same thing for shawarma as well. Right?
Yes.
Use your beef filling. You can use your goat meat filling if you like. Cow skin. You can try for more stockfish if that's your vibe. In the end of everything, as long as you enjoy what you're doing. Amazing. Thank you so much, Uche. Last year, more cheese, and then we wrap. Anyways, of course, we're coming back to the kitchen because we have to definitely try this out. But right now, let's go on a quick break, and when we come back, much more to come right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
It's been an amazing 1 hour so far on your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
It definitely has been a book chat, an art display. Of course, we've had a wonderful time in the kitchen. And every other thing that we've done. We're looking forward to the next 45 minutes. It's going to be a wonderful one, too.
It is. Honestly, so there was something you mentioned a little earlier on. Today's World Kidney Day.
Exactly. And Titi was talking to me about a caller chat for urine, how to check and ensure. Maybe something on social media, I might post something there, but definitely take our time today to understand how your kidney works. And for me, I feel like there's no lost case. You can always do something, even before or while you go for a diagnosis. There are things that you can do. Water. Water is
Drink a
something
lot
that
of
I know.
water.
Drink a lot of water.
Carry your own water keg around.
Exactly.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Trying to keep your kidneys healthy. It's World Kidney Day. Do some research on it.
All right.
At this point, we have the rest of the show coming your way. My name is Titi Layo.
Mike Mescano is mine. You can watch us on GOTV channel 27. And then it's ultra high frequency 49 on the terrestrial band. Android and iOS have the app. You can download and also watch live anywhere around the world.
When it comes to social media, we love the comments that come through. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC so we can see them. Of course, we have a musical performance coming your way. Afro classic singer God's Gift Amani, popularly known as G2 Amani, is going to be performing his latest track, Jaga Jaga.
Uche Maduagwu will join us for a chat.
And right after that, we have the pleasure of having on the couch for a conversation the foremost female drummer in Africa, Araola Olamuyiwa, popularly known by her stage name, Ara.
I love her.
Yes, sir.
So I just have one line I wanted to really mention, and that was an offshoot from what I spoke with Francis. An accent is not a measure of intelligence, even though it is widely perceived as such.
It's just perception.
But it is not a measure of intelligence. I made mention that, look at the 3 major presidential aspirants, you know, from a north, from a south, Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, I mean, and each of them has a strong local accent, you know, and one of them is representing us and the others. What I'm just trying to say is that while you are teaching your kids, you know, there's that thing of taking your kids to a school where they have a foreign accent. But you see, nobody has an issue when you hear a Spanish man talk, an Italian, a Russian, a Mexican.
Yeah, you expect
they don't have
to
an
hear
issue
their accent.
with their accent. So we should not, it doesn't mean that someone comes with a British in it, and then me say, let's have something in it. No, that's just
In
me.
it is not even proper English anyway. In it. Yeah, in
So,
it.
but there's that craze to make sure that your children have a foreign accent.
But what's your favorite accent, by the way?
Oh, it has to be Italian.
Oh.
It has to be Italian or Spanish, but one of those two, but Italian.
I think it's French.
Really?
French is husky and French men, let's say.
But I used to like Russian.
Russian.
Yeah, I used to like Russian. And then recently, I guess because, well, Australian men are really hot, by the way.
Yeah, you're a bandit.
Then I fall in love with their accents, yeah. So, yeah, but the Russian accent gets me every single time.
That's a bastard, you're a bandit.
That's Winfrey. Just a French man coming to say, je t'aime. That's all he needs to say.
I like Yoruba accent.
I love it. I love it, really.
You know,
I love it.
but I would say that each of the presidential aspirants.
Factor.
That H factor. You love the H factor. It's sweet, I mean.
When they take out the O for the R or the H, no, that's the ultimate.
The one we they do. Just they suck my blood. Say that the thing they go.
You see they complain, eh?
I know
they
complain. So I just bring some things come.
You might call him controversial. Some also might say that he's a problem starter, as it were.
So it's a trouble the sleep Yanga go wake up kind of situation. Even when Yanga is not sleeping, God, he will wake you up.
We have actor Uche Maduagwu in the studio. It's great to have you. You are welcome. You're welcome, man.
Hallelujah.
Wow.
It's so good to finally meet you.
It's a pleasure meeting a beautiful woman like you.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm not seeing him, I'm only seeing you.
Oh, great.
You're the
Please see
center.
only her. Because you need to see her. But yeah, let's, you know, a number of people, let's not go into all the controversy yet, but you're an actor and you have been in the game. You've been here for quite a very long time. And not many people know how long you have been, what you started with and how you've been doing. Let's hear a bit of that story from you.
Okay, well, I've been in the industry for quite some time, yeah. You know, and it's been a long journey, actually. And, you know, nobody ever believed that, even I never believed I was going to be where I am today, but it's a long journey, actually. You know, I remember when we used to go to audition, myself and, what's her name? I'm trying to remember her name now. So it's been a long journey, actually, but it's fun, you know. Like I always tell people that nobody can make you a star. You know?
You have to do it yourself.
You can't even do it yourself.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's just something that is there. When God says, oh, it's your time, it's your time. Okay. You might do the silliest, the most irrelevant thing, and then bam. So it's not about what you did. It's about what is destined to be. Do you understand? Can somebody say hallelujah?
Hallelujah. Yes.
So a lot of the statements you make, especially when you're going up against your colleagues, as it were, is everything exactly what you feel at that time, or there are times when you just want to tend to play to the gallery?
No.
Or is it everything you feel at every time?
Everything I say is 100% true. And that's why when people say I'm controversial, my definition of controversial is when people see you saying things that people are not actually saying. They say, oh, you are controversial. Everything I've said about my colleagues, everyone is true. because I don't make false accusations. I do, my diligent work, and I make sure I get the facts. Do you understand? So that's just it.
Okay, now I'm getting from what you said earlier on about, when it's your time, it's your time. You've been in the movie industry for a couple. You're still in the movie industry, but you've been you acted for a while, right? And would I say, or did you say during that period you didn't gain so much relevance as it is now? Because, was that what informed you going into, content creation and, making some of the controversial statements that you make right now?
How did social media, what did the emergence of social media do to your career as an actor?
Well, I believe sometimes it's not what you do on screen that matters. It's what you do off screen. I need to balance it. Most people feel, I know so many people who have been into acting even before I am. They were more popular than I am even before I came in. But you need to understand that sometimes you need to get out of the acting space and get into the social space, because the social space is the new normal. Do you understand? So to me, I felt I wasn't making real money in acting, because truly there's no money there. So when I see...
But people are buying
houses, they're buying...
Okay, let us go to that. Listen to me. I will not lie to you. We know ourselves. Listen to me. I said it before and I'm saying it again. Any male actor that is below 37 years of age and comes out and says he buys a mansion, it's a lie. I can tell you, it's a big lie.
Why do you say so?
Because you don't make that much. Let me tell you what it...
What's the average a typical actor makes in Nollywood?
It varies. Do you understand? Some get paid 500, some get paid 400, some get paid 1 point something. It depends on the project. And sometimes this project don't come as often as you think.
As you think, yeah.
Do you understand? Let me give you an example now. Somebody will sign endorsement deal with somebody and they will pay you probably 6 million. You come on social media, just like you guys are sitting now, with paper that nobody's seeing the paper, and then you say, just sign 30 million deal. Just sign 80 million deal. So you make people believe, oh, you are making it, you are living, but it's a lie. We know
so those endorsements,
some people are even signing 1 million endorsements. Deal. Because you're not seeing what is written in the paper, what they told you. You saw pictures. So they overhype. See, this industry is a fake life industry. Trust me. I was saying, if you are any male actor that is below 37 cannot buy a mansion. If you see anybody that does that, that's why I call on the EFCC. You see, people are smuggling drugs in this industry. People are acting as front. Don't let me even go there. Now, an actress can say she buys a mansion, not with her money, but of course, she might have somebody somewhere who is,
No, but
so we can understand
we've
that.
seen a few of them that, create the impression that, they really worked hard for it as a result.
Oh, you want to go to the actresses too?
No.
Yes.
No. See, most of these actresses in Nollywood, I can tell you 90% of them...
90? Wow, that's quite a lot.
90% of them are not different from those who are on Allen Avenue. The only difference is that they have scripts and there's camera. In short, some people who are on Island Avenue are even more decent because they will not stoop low to do some things our actresses do.
Okay, Uche, listening to you now, you're quite an interesting personality, by the way. I would want to know what instigated this side of you that, we see on social media. I feel like there has to be something, you got to the point where you say, you know what, I need to start to open up, I need to start to tell the truth. Was it something that instigated it? What could have, inspired, this new you that we see now, that we know?
Okay, I felt, some people are putting so much pressure on those who don't know. What do I mean by that? You started acting with probably, we're colleagues, we started acting together. All of a sudden, you buy a Range Rover that I know is like more than 30-something million. And then you are telling me you got this money from acting? And if I don't know well, I'll start doing so many things. I'll start being, you know, what do you call it? What do you call that? Depressed. Because probably I might even be acting better than you. I might even be collecting more than you. But for some reason, you just buy. And see, I don't have an issue when you come out and say, oh, you got this money from this certain place, some businesses. I don't have an issue. But when you say you got it from acting that everybody is in, are you acting for the ghosts or for the gods? So there's so much fake lifestyle in this industry, and somebody has to speak out.
But then it's there's the popular adage, fake it till you make it.
Good.
A number of people will say so, I understand by
Good, but you are misleading the youth. And that's why so many people are going through so many things, because they will try everything and like, what is he doing?
So in your own way, this is some sort of way of, should I
Telling
say,
the truth, tell 'em.
activism in some way, or letting people understand that, look, hey, you don't have to, no let these people, the pressure to you. No, don't let it get to you.
Money don't fall on trees in Nollywood. You got to earn it. I know people, okay, let me give you an example, G. Mike. When we did a skit, we did it in his living room.
They slap you or
they beat you. We did it in his living room. And we talked extensively. I know people who make good money. In fact, let me tell you something that most people don't know. Some actresses make more money than those who come out and make noise. I know a very close one that has bought 2 houses and nobody ever know. You never hear of it. When you get, you get. If you don't get, now you're going to make noise. You see all these ones making noise. I bought my own. It's still these Yoruba actresses. I said it before. See, God will deliver them because they are misleading the youth. Most of all these Yoruba actresses coming out, 98% of them, they're being funded by politicians. They're being funded by Yahoo boys. They're being funded by drug dealers. They cannot come out and say somebody that is... In short, English-speaking actresses are even making more money than Yoruba actresses. Some of them, you'll say 200,000, 150,000. Help me for my movie. When I finish my movie, you say, go help me for your movie. And then you come out and you say you bought a mansion. I mean, it's ridiculous because even some people who you know that... See, let me don't even go there. And some of them will run to abroad and say they bought mansion. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Interesting. Uche, we just have to round up now, but let's just hear your upcoming projects. What should your fans, people, what can they expect from you?
Okay,
what do you have coming up?
So what I just want to tell my fans is, listen, we are in the electionary period. You need to go out and vote. You need to cast your vote. That's a civic duty. And you need to do it, satisfy your conscience. And then to actresses, other people, please stop jumping from one married man's bed to the other, especially people in Nigeria. I saw one last week at a hotel with a married man. And this, no, it's not funny. And this married man, the wife just gave birth. And you are walking, you are jumping from bedroom to bedroom. It's not fair. You are breaking homes.
Thank you so much, Uche. I mean,
you,
this
Uche.
has been
this
quite a revelation.
I'm telling you.
I mean, thank you so much.
This is very passionate. Thank you. Now I understand this is your passion, and all the best.
Yeah.
All right, time for our final conversation. We have someone special on the couch.
Yes, of course. We have Ara Olamuyiwa, popularly known by her stage name Ara. We definitely cannot get enough of. I know you're talking about the foremost drummer in Nigeria. Yes. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you for having me.
This is not the first time you're is it?
Oh. No. She's family. She's family. She always has been. And when it comes to her music, honestly, just remembering you, when I was a lot younger, remembering you just holding the drum with such passion.
Yes.
In fact, I was surprised to not see one drum with you here today.
Yes, actually. True.
Yeah?
True.
Yes, because today, yes, it's always about the talking drum.
Okay.
Yeah, but today I decided, you know what? Let me speak with my mouth and not the drum today.
All right. There have been so many different messages over the years in your music. But you've always just remained on the scene, performing all over the world. Just take us over maybe the past 2 years. What's been happening?
Yeah, the past 2 years has been really wonderful. Of course, COVID happened to everyone, and we had to forcefully take a break, But thank God everything is back to normal now. So I've been recording, did a few singles, been working on my project, something that's really close to my heart, taking guys off the street, area boys and girls off the street, those who have who want something out of life and who are ready to make something out of their life. So I've been doing that, and I tell you, it's been a very beautiful experience, touching lives and getting endorsement and support in terms of capacity building from different areas. I'm so happy to see that the guys are really ready. We see them on the street, we think they are never-do-wells and stuff like that. But it's so, when you get to meet them one-on-one, a lot of stories that will touch your heart. And then you realize that, hey, the difference between us and them is the opportunity that we have that they don't have.
All right. So I'm trying to think about, I know you want to ask a question. I think your earring is a little clutched. The other one, right there. Okay, yeah. Beautiful, fantastic. All right, so I was just trying to think about the fact that it's come through every age. Every age of your music has connected with every generation.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Thank you, because culture is not, it's not static. Culture keeps evolving. True. And the culture is our DNA. It is in our DNA. Because I promote culture, and there is no one born on the surface of the earth in any region that does not have an affiliation to one culture or the other. So the talking drum being a cultural instrument is everybody can resonate, right? Every tribe, every culture. Look at the talking drum. When I took it I've taken it to a few countries, and I see the way they react to it. I see the way they accept it. I see the way they dance to it. So this generation also, they appreciate the culture, and I'm surprised because you would have thought that, although an aspect of it, though, I think the fashion aspect, and if you check out the musical videos in recent times, you see them going back to that, even though I'm of the opinion they're celebrating more of the, occultic aspect, initiations and stuff like that, but I think it's a start, it's good. At least they're identifying with the culture. So gradually they will understand that beyond that, there is more.
Okay, so now my question actually bordered on what exactly you just spoke about.
Yes.
The generation they were in, the Gen Zs. And I think over the years, I'm sure you also have the experience where you notice, I think, even the culture and the thing of talking drum and all that, it's more appreciated from other countries, right, outside, non-Africans mostly, than Nigerians. Now, then also with the growing age of, westernization and all of that. So it's like Nigerians are absorbing our cultures from outside in instead of inside out. So now, how do you place yourself strategically to still be marketable to that market and this market? Or are you like, you know what, you guys don't want it, we're over there making the money?
Thank you so much. Well, we don't have a choice, but to keep selling it to those who are home. Now, a lot of people in the rural areas, they appreciate this. They actually love the culture and appreciate it more. Fine. Outside the country, on the international scene, it's new to them. You will say that, you can't sell snow to an Eskimo or something like that. So, but back home, if you listen to the different genre of music out there, you would see an element of talking drum these days. And then when you see the way they dress, you look at the fashion aspect of it, you see them combining African motifs, right? Combining African fabrics and stuff like that. So it's interwoven. So I would say that people like me, I think I'm in the forefront of propagating this. Yes. And I'm like the face of culture. When you say, in Nigeria, and when you talk about
female drummers in Africa. I'm the face of that. So I won't stop doing that as long. Look at, we have a 5-year-old who is a female talking drummer.
Amazing.
You understand? It's beautiful. A lot of them, and there's no way you will learn the talking drum without learning the Yoruba language. There's no way you will learn to play a proverb without learning and understanding the morals in the proverb. So in a way, it's still ongoing, and we're pushing it in a subtle way.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'd actually like to ask another question concerning, I mean, the grooming of younger talking drummers, just as you said. I know there's this, well, I call it a myth now, about females that play the talking drum.
Yes.
I'm sure you've definitely had experiences with that and all of that. So now, can we clear the air once and for all?
Thank you so much. You see, when I picked it, everyone scared me. They tried to scare me off it. And they said, you know what, if you do this, you won't be able to have babies. Your soup will be sour. And some part of your feminine, whatever, would not, grow and stuff like that. Of course, you can see I'm endowed. Yeah. That's not a problem. And you know that I have a son. My son is going to be 15 in a few months. And of course, I cook very well. I can actually invite you to my home, and my band members can testify to that.
That's my drumming as you're eating the
So the younger generation, like Ayonwura, Ayonduni, and Co. 5. Ayonwura clock 6. So we have 6, 8 years old, so on and so forth. We even have 3-year-old who is already dragging the talking drum, even though she can't play a rhythm but a beat. So the truth of the matter is now they say that ARA has done this. ARA is global. ARA is recognized. ARA is appreciated. So it means that we can do it. And anywhere any female picks a drum in Nigeria today, they tag me, they call me, because they say, you are our mother. And I'm so proud.
Amazing. But what would you say the motive behind those propagations are?
I would say it runs deep. Tradition. From what I gathered from His Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife, we had the Ayagalu Festival in Ile-Ife last year, and I was deeply involved. Ayagalu, which is the Orisha or deity of the talking drum, was a woman. But she left, like other deities, out of anger for one or two things, to Atiba, to Oyo. You understand? Now, I want to believe that it is, well, in those days, what we have now, feminism, women power, empowerment for women and all of that, was not so. Only the, I don't know, am I allowed to speak Yoruba? Because, only the Awaniti Orisha, which we call the Orisha, people who stood out in their different assignments. For instance, now, if you do look at Olokun, if you look at what is she known for, if you look at Ogun, what is he known for? Shango, what is he known for? Eshu, what is he known for? Obatala, what is he known for? You understand? So these were human beings who existed at some point, but because they stood for something, by the time they exited this, this realm, they became Orisha. You understand? So I want to believe that one or two things may have happened back then, just to subdue. I believe it was to subdue. I think that's the bottom line.
All right. So this topic is probably going to lean into International Women's Day, sort of, in a conversation, but we would love to hear people's comments and contributions online on what they think about that particular one. We'll be taking a quick video, and then there'll be much more.
Welcome to the kitchen, and of course, Chef Ben.
Yeah.
Please, very fast, just tell us, what do we have here?
Okay, we have seafood wraps. Yeah.
Okay, seafood wraps.
Yeah, with salad, a bit of salad.
All right, let's try that.
All right.
Great to have you this morning. I love you, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, so let's try it. Uche.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Have a bite.
You
want to take a bite?
Yeah, let me take a bite from here.
Yeah.
With my braces, I can't really bite, so I have to pinch it off.
Sure. So what do you think? Seafood wrap.
I've never had
Look at that look.
I've never had this before.
You've never? Oh, you like it?
Seafood wrap.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. Tastes
All
really
right.
good.
Chef Ben, well done. Well done.
Chef Ben to the world.
Thank you for being a part of this show. Thank you. I just want to give a very big shout out to Chef Ben Peters.
Yes,
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Thank you
Mr.
for
Shego, our
being
director
dependable.
for the day.
Thank you for being the man who you are. I can say that we can count on you. I can count on you. The beautiful game is not beautiful without you. Thank you so much. So, yeah, it's been a wonderful show. We will see you tomorrow, Friday episode TGIF. Bye-bye.
Bye.